Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pick a Stack Wednesday. I am smudging all of you. I'm feeling a lot of anxiety and tense energies, and they're not mine. So we're going to start today with a smudge. This is Palo Santo. This is my favorite. And I'm smudging away all the anxiety and all the tension and all the stress. You just have to get in receive mode. Then I'm going to send you all kinds of high frequency energies. October is a month of big changes. Big changes for all of us. In all ways. You're going to learn that everything that you know is a lie. And that will be hard for people to accept. You're going to learn that we live in the upside down world. This is not how we're supposed to live. Changes are coming that will help flip us upside right. And I look forward to that. This is an F. This is heart chakra. I'm sending you blessings. At the beginning, blessings of love, light, peace, joy, happiness, success, divine health, and all good things, which is what I usually do at the end, and I probably will again. But most people don't watch or listen all the way to the end, so you don't even know that I send you these blessings. So I'm sending them to you now. We're going upside right. Remember in one of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies where the ship flips and it's a whole different world? That's what's going to happen with us. I mean, everything has to be laid out for us. We have to be told ahead of time. And they've been telling us. They've been telling us we're in the upside down world. They've been telling us that Satan rules, but we don't pay attention. But all you have to do is pay attention. Watch out there. We're in the upside down time. Things they tell us are bad for us are actually good for us. The things that are good for us are bad for us. Think about it. They tell you cholesterol is bad for you, and it turns out your brain is like 75% cholesterol, so we need cholesterol for our brains to function properly. They tell us it's bad, and then they put us on a statin, and then you get sick. Go figure. They tell us salt is bad. Turns out salt kills parasites. Think about it. Don't let somebody else have power over you and your body. You are in charge of you and your body, and you decide who has the power. Is it you? Is it the medical field? Is it the dental field? Is it your family? Is it your friends? Who is exerting pressure on you to do certain things? They're not your friends. You are in charge of you. Take your power back. All right. If you're new to Pick a Stack, this is not how we normally start. But it's how I'm starting today on our 300th video. 300 videos. And I shut off my throat chakra filter, so I'm going to say stuff that I've wanted to say for a long, long time. Now, I say it to people in my shop, but not on a video usually. So if you're new to Pick a Stack, this is what we do here. We've got 3 stacks. And using your intuition, which is your most important tool right now, your intuition, that is your connection to God, Creator, Source, Great Spirit, Great I Am, whatever you want to call it. But it goes this way, not this way. Your connection is your intuition, okay? It's your superpower. So using your intuition, you're going to, first of all, think of an idea, issue, or question pertaining to yourself, your loved ones, your community, or the world. Then you're going to use your intuition to go, okay, should I pick stack number 1? Should I pick stack number 2? Or should I pick stack number 3? Or should I pick 2 different stacks or all 3 stacks? Maybe I'm just going to listen to the whole thing and see what applies to me. But use your intuition. Like I said, it is your most important tool right now. Because you're surrounded by lies and liars. People or beings in human suits that only have their best interest in mind. Money, power. I mean, that's pretty much all they want is money or power. And control over people. But that goes under power. This is why we need to use our intuition, use our superpower to go, you know what? Ooh, that person over there, I feel like they have a hidden agenda. I'm not going to trust them implicitly. Or I'm not going to be around them. If you're trying to be clean, whether it's, from addiction or victimhood or codependency, if you're trying to get clean of that, don't surround yourself with the people that do that kind of thing. If I want to be clean, I get away from the people that aren't clean. I go over here. It's so much easier because the spirit of addiction might be hanging out on those people still. I don't want that. I actually ended a relationship a couple years ago because he was 10 years sober, but he had the spirit of addiction on him so thick. I could not stand being around that spirit, and he didn't want to let it go. And when you're 10 years sober from drinking, but you have replaced it with 5 other addictions, which we won't get into, you still have the spirit of addiction on you. You get to choose whether you want to hang out with people like that. Just like I got to choose. I said, you know what? I love you, but I can't be around you. No, because I don't want to feel like that. I could feel the spirit of addiction trying to sink his claws into me. And I'm like, no, I don't want that. So, there's so much I want to say. Just if you want to be a healthier person, a better person, a more loving, compassionate person, then hang out with people that lift you up and support you, that have a higher frequency. It's as easy as that. The ones that continually drain you, where you feel exhausted whenever you're around that person, then don't be around that person. They're not good for you. Okay? Just saying. All right. So hopefully you've thought of your idea, issue, or question pertaining to whatever. And then you have come up with, using your intuition, stack 1, 2, or 3. I'm going to show you what the stacks are. Today, they are all tarot decks. Last week, we had all oracle decks, I think. Stack number 1 is going to be this fabulous deck right here. This is Lisa Hunt, Animals Divine Tarot. Stack number 2 is going to be Paulina Cassidy's Spirit Song Tarot. And stack number 3 is going to be Sean Mackenzie's Tarot of Dragons. The dragons really wanted to show up today. I've got dragons on my necklace right here. My Moldavite is carved with a dragon. I work with the dragons every day. We've been really busy out there in this battle for souls, trying to keep the yucky stuff away. So, should we get started? Let's do a little singing bowl real quick. Cleanse our palate. I have a lot of rings on. Crystal singing bowls do not like metal jewelry. All right. I feel like I'm fired up. You know, we're in the middle of this super moon. And I posted some things yesterday and it just blows my mind. People just want to argue. Like I said, you know, something about the harvest moon, and this person came on and said, well, you're a month late. It's the hunter's moon. Yeah, except my native friends call it the harvest moon. And I can call it whatever I want. Who are you to tell me I'm wrong? I can call it the it's getting cold moon. Why do you care? Come on, people. Also, for a full moon, we have a 3-night window. We have, you know, the night when it's at its apex, it's the fullest. But then we have the night before and the night after where it's almost full. And then it's just past full. Yeah, we have a 3-night window. Why are you arguing? If that's what you're going to argue about, it shows more about you than it does about me. The fact that you need to argue. I don't care. Argue all you want. You're not going to get anything from me because I'm not going to go down to your level, get sucked into your argument so you can feed off of my frustration. That's what demons do. They want people to be frustrated and stressed out so they can feed off of that low frequency energy. But you're not going to get me from me. Kiss my butt. I told you the throat chakra filter's off. All right, animals divine. What do we need to know? What do our stack number? Okay, the first word that came into my head when that happened was chaos. Chaos is coming. Okay, you want all 4 of those. All right. Chaos is coming is what I heard. So if you chose stack number 1 or it chose you, chaos is coming. And we're not doing reversals because I did not request that. So we have the Queen of Swords, Temperance, the King of Wands, and the 8 of Pentacles. So let's do that again. We have the King of Wands and the Queen of Swords, the King of Fire, and the Queen of Air. Okay, King of Wands, that's fire energy. It's passion. It's stuff happening. We have the Queen of Swords or the Queen of Air. That's a woman that is speaking her truth. I feel like I'm the Queen of Swords right now. These are very powerful, intense. Shit's hitting the fan cards. Temperance. Look at the card. There's a whirlwind going on around her. It's stirring up stuff. It's stirring up the water. It's stirring up the air. There's magic in the air. There's birds. There's fish. There's frogs. There's butterflies. There's all this whirlwind. Again, very powerful. It could be chaos. Could be controlled chaos too. Remember, whatever happens is meant to happen. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles. Now the 8 of Pentacles, okay, the 8 of Coins, the 8 of Earth, this is a reminder that we need to be grounded or go to ground is what I heard. We need to go to ground, go to the earth. All this stuff is going on up here, right? Battle for our souls, light versus dark, wars. Here's us. Be as a field mouse. Make sure that we have somewhere that we can go to that is grounding, that is safe and secure. Make sure that you have food and water and blankets and sheets. Sheets aren't just for sleeping on. You can also tear them up for bandages, which is one of the things my guides told me. Make sure you got a lot of sheets because I was going to donate. I've been going through all my stuff and I was like, oh, I got a couple totes worth of sheets and blankets. And my guide said, nope, you hang on to those. All right, I'll hang on to them because somebody's going to need them. Because this is going on. So if you chose stack number 1, chaos. It's going to seem like chaos to you, but it actually is meant to be. So for everybody out there going, oh my God, what? Why would God let this happen? Why is this happening? Because it's meant to be. We are in a cycle. It happens every time the cycle comes around, and we chose to be here at this time. We volunteered. We rose our hand. We lifted our hand up and we said, yeah, I want a front row seat to this big event that's coming. You volunteered to come here. Don't complain. But make sure that you have what you and your family needs to be. Books and coloring books. What if the internet goes down for 10 days? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What if there's no electricity? I mean, I've lived in places where we've been hit by a hurricane or a blizzard, and you have to have stuff on hand because there might not be power. And that means candles, and that means board games, cards, like I said, coloring books, puzzles, things that do not require electricity. I was in Hurricane Hugo back in the day. I would have been in North Carolina, and the hurricane hit us. And the funniest part, I mean, it's funny now, but 9 months later, we were out of power for like 3 or 4 days. The funniest part was 9 months later, the hospitals were overfilled with babies being born. So we know what some of the people were doing when the power was out. My friends and I, we played like Monopoly and Aggravation and Scrabble and stuff like that. We didn't have any babies, but there were a lot of babies born 9 months later. So you might want to have stuff on hand for that too, if you don't want any kids. So stack number 1, you guys, it is not a warning. This is just the way it is. Chaos, it's already here. Now, you get a choice. You can pay attention to the news. You can watch the news. You can pay attention to what's going on in the big cities or not. Because ultimately, that crap doesn't matter. Your job is to keep your frequency high. How do you keep your frequency high if you're watching the news and all the bad stuff? There's very little good stuff on the news. There used to be good stuff all the time. Now it's politics this and politics that and traffic accidents and people fighting and all this bad stuff. Stop focusing on that. Focus on, okay, what brings joy to me and the people directly around me? What is it? Focus on that. And like I said, maybe you want to go out and get a little extra food, some gallon jugs of water, some toilet paper, some whatever you think you're going to need, blankets and sheets. You know, one of the things I always think of is I have this big house and it's just me and my 2 dogs. And maybe there might be a time when I need to let somebody stay here because they need a safe place. I don't have any extra beds, but I got blankets. You can always sleep on the floor or this couch, which is very comfy, by the way. So, stack number 1. It's happening. And some of us are very excited. I know I am. I'm very excited for what's coming. I think it's going to be glorious. Stack number 1. All right. Let's do some singing bowl. Look at sun came out. Yay, where are you? I can see you. There you are. You're out there somewhere. I feel you. Oh, and the moon was so bright last night. I thought there was a light outside my bedroom window. There's no lights outside my bedroom window. It was that bright. the harvest moon or the hunter's moon, whatever you want to call it. It was a big, full super moon. Names don't mean squat, you guys. It's all about the energy. Energy does not need a label or a name. All right. Stack number 2 is going to be a reading from the Spirit Song Tarot. And Spirit guys, what do we need to know in stack number 2? We're not doing reversals. And I feel like one more. There we go. Okay. So the first card that came out is the 2 of Shells or the 2 of Cups. This is the lovey-dovey card. Okay. We got the love birds. Okay. This is harmony. This is harmony. The second card that came out is the Tower. But in this deck, the Tower is represented by the chameleon. See how he's changing colors right there in front of our eyes? So the Tower brings about a change. Now we are in this super moon, harvest or hunter, whatever you want to call it. We're in the super moon, and the super moon is all about releasing. We need to be releasing that which does not serve our highest and greatest good. Now, that could mean you're quitting smoking or drinking. It could mean you're quitting bad relationship cycles. It could mean you're stopping being a victim. It could mean you're stopping being a slob. I don't know. But it's all about release. Let go. The full moon is about a completion. Let go of that which does not serve your highest and greatest good. Okay? The third card that came out is the 5 of Acorns, or also known as the 5 of Fire or the 5 of Wands. This is all about growth and challenges. So if we put these cards together, we've got the love card, okay, or 2 coming together. If you were asking about a soulmate, there's a soulmate coming in. There's also a challenge and a change. Now, this is a general reading, okay? I'm not just reading for one person, so it kind of makes it a little more difficult, but we need to be doing things with love or from love. Whatever this change or challenge is that's coming in for you or for me, we need to do it. We need to respond to it with love. If there's a change coming, if there's a big change coming, you guys, for everybody, we got to remember that love is the biggest key to all of this, the biggest answer, the biggest part of us. Like I always tell myself, I am the unconditional love of the Creator. I am. It's me. Why wouldn't I want to be the unconditional love of the Creator? That's beautiful. That means everything that I do and every way that I respond, I should be doing it from that position, from the position of love, because I am love. So this big change is coming. And, you know, the 5 of Acorns, like I said, it's challenging, it's growing. We grow. We don't grow from doing the same darn thing every day, right? We don't grow from, okay, let's say our job is cleaning toilets. Okay. I did that when I was in college. I cleaned toilets and bathrooms. I think I did like 95 of them every week. You don't grow as a human being from that. You don't. It's a job. And a job is just a physical thing that you do over and over and over again. It's very assembly line. You don't grow from that. You grow from change. So if your boss says, wow, you do a really great job, how would you like a promotion to this position? That's growth. Okay, and that's where we learn, is between this job and this job, there's this space, and that's the growth space. We learn new things, and then we get to this level, but then because it's a job, we get to a point where we just do it by rote, right? It's just automatic. We get to a point where we're not learning anymore. We're not growing anymore. It's not challenging anymore. So then we need another step. It's not about the stepping stones themselves. It's about the space in between them. That's where we grow. We're in the in-between right now. We're in the void. We're in this is the way it used to be, and this is the way it's gonna be. And we don't know what that means. So right now we're supposed to be patient. We're supposed to not be impatient, but respond with love and do things you love. So for example, I went shopping this last weekend and I bought all kinds of fabric and stuff so I can start making my clothing line. And in my opinion, it's to keep me busy in this in-between space until this thing happens, this big change. It keeps me busy. It keeps me creating, and I'm a creator being. I have to be creating. That's why I'm always making things, because I have to. I love it. It's the fire inside me manifest, right? The fire inside of me becomes manifest through my creations. So do what you have to. You're in the in-between though. And respond to everything with love, but just know that there's big changes already happening and big changes coming. And we're all going through it. So if somebody ticks you off, respond with love, because they're going through something too. I was going to say everybody. A lot of us are feeling these changes. Like I feel really on edge. There's something like right around the corner. It's so close I can practically touch it. Love. The feeling of being on edge isn't me. It's whatever's coming. I can feel it. It's sending energy waves and it's going, hey, what's up? I'm coming. Yes, you are. And I'm going to respond with love. That was stack number 2. Look at that beautiful sun up there. All right, if you chose stack number 3, you are going to get a reading from the Tarot of Dragons. Yay, dragons. Even if nobody else chooses stack number 3, I choose stack number 3. Because I love my dragons. They're my family. Both my dogs have dragon energy. I have dragon energy. Do we want all of those? You can't have all the cards. That's way too many. What do you want? One's on the table. Okay. This one's backwards. The one's on the table, they said. There's 4 cards on the table. I have to say that today the stacks are super powerful. They're like me, no filter. So out of the 4 cards from the Tarot of the Dragons, we have the Devil card. First one. This is the dragon that is chained. He's chained around his ankles. He's chained around his neck. He's in a very fiery place. Basically, he's being tortured. This is a reminder that we are living in the dark underbelly, the dark world, the upside down world. The devil also usually is depicted by somebody in a cage, but the cage door is open. Like we create our own hell. Okay? But in this case, we have this card where he did not put that collar on himself and chain himself to other things. These are these outside forces. The next card is the 10 of Swords. Now, in this deck, the 10 of Swords has it's a whole bunch of dragon eggs and a dragon's head, not a skull, but a head. Well, it could be a skull. And the swords are through the eggs and the skull. Now there's this dragon up in the sky in the background that has its head up like this. And I feel like this is us. We're this dragon, and we're screaming and crying at all this pain and suffering and torture, that we are witnesses to this. Now, remember what I said in stack number 2 about you have a choice to watch the news, to focus on all the negative stuff that's going on out in the world. I have to point out that the stuff that's on TV or on the internet, you don't know if that's true. You don't. And AI is so real that you don't know what's true and what's false anymore. A really, really good movie to watch is called Wag the Dog. And that's, oh God, I don't know, 80s, 90s. But it was about Hollywood creating this war to divert attention away from a scandal in the White House. And everybody believes it. Of course they do, because it's on the news. So we need to, yes, there's pain and suffering. But again, we need to focus on ourselves and our family. If everybody would just focus on themselves and their family, the world would be a better place. Stop focusing on what you think is going on out there, because you don't know if it's true or not. If you don't see it with your own eyes in person, you do not know if it's true. And don't tell me it is because you saw it on TV or on the internet. Everything can be faked. So the next card is the 6 of Swords. So we've got 10 swords and we've got 6 more swords. And these swords are on a ship. Okay. And here we are flying above again. And there's a little baby dragon on that adult dragon's back. Can you see that? Look at that little baby dragon up there. It's like, okay, I'm keeping my family safe because I see what's going on down there. So even if I do see it in person, I'm going to keep my family safe. More swords. Swords, a lot of people think, death, torture, whatever, but swords are air energy. And air energy is also communication. It's throat chakra. So like I was saying earlier, I took the filter off my throat chakra and I'm just going to say whatever today. That's what this is too. This is truths coming out. Us flying overhead and going, holy crap, That's been going on in our school system. That's been going on in our financial system. That's been going on in our government. That's been going on in our, you get the point. But we're up here. We're keeping our family safe. Go buy yourself some extra food and water. The final card out of the 4 for stack number 3 is the Shaman card. Now, the Shaman card has everything it needs. It has the fire, the earth, the air, the water, and the spirit. It's working with the elementals. It's got everything it needs on its own to deal with this, which again, we might look at like chaos. So it means being prepared. More important than toilet paper, food, and water is being prepared here and here, responding with love, but also using discernment. I'm not letting just anybody in. Shit hits the fan, don't even come to my door, because it won't be pretty. I would never shoot a deer. People, different story. Just saying. So this, remember at the beginning of the video, if you watch the whole video, I was talking about how your intuition is super important. That is your connection to God, Creator, Source, Great Spirit, Great I Am. Well, your intuition is also working with the elements or the elementals. Thank you, elementals, for helping me guide, guard, and protect my family. Things can be replaced. Children can't. Spouses can be replaced. No, I'm kidding. Oh. Thank you for guiding, guarding, and protecting me and my family. Thank you for keeping us safe and warm and healthy. Thank you for bringing us the resources that we need. We're not greedy, but thank you for bringing us the resources we need. Not that we want, but that we need. What's coming is absolutely glorious if you have the right mindset. If you have the right mindset. If you don't have the right mindset and you're greedy and you're working with dark energies, it's going to suck for you. Yeah. The solar energies coming in, the plasma energies amplify. So if you're working with the dark will be amplified for you. If you're working with the light will be amplified for you. I'd rather work with the light. That's why I work with the light. That was stack number 3. I don't know if I'm going to be doing any more videos. We'll find out. I don't know if there's going to be a tomorrow. We'll find out. I'm going with the flow. I am sending you blessings of love, light, peace, joy, happiness, divine health, success, all the good stuff. Keep your frequency high, keep your spirits high, and work with love, and you'll be fine. Namaste. Maybe you'll see me again.